Welcome to my channel. I'm Cheryl Janeen. Now, if you've ever wondered why some people seem to have a brand that feels magnetic no matter where you see them, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and their message seems so consistent, authentic, and powerful, it's not an accident. It's actually the result of having a strong brand narrative. A narrative acts as the heartbeat of your brand, weaving who you are, what you believe, and how you serve into a story that people can feel. Now, your brand narrative isn't just your about me story. It's actually the emotional piece that connects all of your content, offers, and communication. So think about it like this. Your story is what happened to you. Your narrative is the meaning behind it. It's the message that you want to share with the world. If you do this right, your brand narrative will build emotional consistency across every touch point. Your emails, videos, captions, even your customer experience. People begin to trust your voice because it feels aligned no matter where they meet you. Okay, so let's break down what makes a brand narrative resonate. So the first thing is origin. What inspired your mission? What problem did you see that you just couldn't ignore? So if we look at the world as this big place, right? The world is small, but just think of a circle, and there's problems in that circle. But think of it as one big problem. What is your contribution to that particular problem? What solution do you bring to the table? So here's an example. I started my brand because I saw too many brilliant voices being overlooked, and I wanted to change that. That's literally why I started my magazine, because I see and I speak to a lot of gifted, brilliant women. They don't have something else that can elevate their voices and their stories. And so that's what the magazine is about. It gives them an extra platform to do that. It gives them that extra visibility, that extra exposure that we all need to put ourselves out there and really show off our brilliance and how much we know and all the knowledge that we bring to the table and how valuable we are. People can actually see that. That was my mission for creating Cuff Magazine. So what is the narrative behind your mission? And I just want to mention also that the magazine isn't just for women. We are expanding and bringing more men into the space because they need a platform too. We're not leaving anybody out, okay? I just wanted to put that in there because I don't want people to think that it's just women, it's always women. No, this is about the men as well. We want to highlight the men because they're doing great things. People are doing so many great things, and if we can come together and show off what we're doing and as a collective, it's just that much better. It just takes everything to the next level. So the second thing is your mission. This is the transformation that you are committed to creating for yourself and for others. Here's an example. I help impact-driven entrepreneurs turn their message into movements that attract aligned opportunities. The third thing is your message. This is how you communicate your purpose. It's the recurring theme that your audience associates with you. This is why brand consistency is so important. Everything needs to be cohesive across all platforms, and it needs to be a consistent thing, because you can't have one thing over here and another thing over there and it looks totally different. People are not going to see the connection. There's going to be a total disconnect. So your brand needs consistency everywhere, and I will keep reiterating that so people get it. So here's an example. Everything that I create reminds people that visibility isn't vanity, it's legacy. That's literally everything that I do. So these three pillars become the foundation of your content strategy and your brand voice across every platform. So every now and again, I go into my deep dives and I just want to see how things can be a little different, how we can be a little more disruptive, how we can shake things up a little bit. And so your message shouldn't change from platform to platform, but your delivery should. And I know that we have gotten a little bit lazy because sometimes we'll post something on one platform and we'll just post it on another. But understand this, your brand is a journey and people need to take that journey with you, okay? So it's good to take some time to maybe repurpose some content, maybe take something and say it a different way on another platform, but you want the consistency there, but you also want the journey there as well. So on LinkedIn, if you're on LinkedIn, you lead with insight and credibility. LinkedIn is a more professional platform. Yes, it's more of a place where people connect and do some networking and things like that. People are searching for jobs, but people are doing business as well. And I get a lot of people that say, well, I don't know what to do on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a great place for your thought leadership. So when I talk about you shifting your, not shifting, but changing how people think with your perspective, that's something that you can do on LinkedIn very, very well because it highlights your voice in that kind of way and people are looking for that. Now, if you're on Instagram, you might want to do more visuals and behind the scenes action. This is a platform where people are looking for things that are attention grabbing, things that catch their eye, so they stop their scroll. So doing more reels is a better option for Instagram because they push those things out a lot more than they do anything else. People are rarely reading anything on Instagram. So every platform has its thing, and Instagram is just one of those things where the visuals do a lot better than anything else. If you're doing YouTube or a podcast, you can go a little bit deeper and let people feel your thought leadership. They like the long form content. They want to see what you're thinking, what your perspective is, and all those different things because you have the time to do that. You know what I mean? Like it's a stretch, and it's like, I don't have to do the short form content. I can do longer content here because I have a lot more to say. The short form content works great in certain spaces, but when you have a podcast or if you're putting your podcast on YouTube, it's just a great way to actually let your hair down and just say whatever you have to say and go a little bit deeper with your content. So, like I said, every space has their thing, and that's what works well for YouTube. And you want to guide people into your world with storytelling and authority if you have a website or you're using emails, which you should have both, okay? Your website is a digital extension of your brand. I tell everybody, you should have a website. It's not like you need a full blown out website with 10 pages, just a couple pages. I mean, that will work until you can do more, you know what I mean? But it's like, have a website, have a home for your stuff, because if every social media platform goes down one day, people have your real estate right there. Okay, that's your website. And then you have your email. Always build your email list, use social media, drive people to your email list, give them free a lead magnet or something, give them something so they can get on your email list and you can continue to talk to them and nurture them there, because these platforms are very uncertain. They glitch. They threaten us about going bye-bye or whatever the case is. And I mean, it's like, you know, you need to have a way to continue communication for your business. Okay, your business needs to keep running no matter if there's social media or not. But that's where you can actually have your storytelling, your authority on your website and in your emails. So when your audience can recognize your tone, your energy, and your message instantly, that's when your brand becomes iconic. Your brand narrative is what turns casual followers into a loyal community. And loyal communities turn into consistent clients. Your story deserves to be seen, heard, and paid. So when you're working on this brand narrative, craft a narrative that doesn't just attract attention, it creates alignment, trust, and income. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll know when I do more videos. Until next time, I'll see you later.